Welcome to Atlas Learn English. Do you go to work every day, but struggle to describe what you actually do in English? If you have ever wanted to talk about your daily work routine using real natural sentences, then this episode was made for you. This episode is suitable for all levels: beginner, intermediate, and anyone in between. If you are a beginner, listen first without repeating. Focus on understanding the meaning of each sentence. If you are at an intermediate level, listen once, then shadow along, and try to use each sentence in your own example after you hear it. In this episode, you will learn 50 short and useful English sentences for talking about your daily work routine. These are sentences that fluent speakers use all the time. For each sentence, you will hear it spoken clearly, learn when to use it, and then have a moment to repeat. The sentences are spoken slowly and clearly, so you can follow along easily. Let us get started. The first group of sentences is about what people do at work at the start of the day. Here is the first one. I log into my computer when I arrive. I log into my computer when I arrive. This is often the very first thing we do when we get to work. It means we sit down at our desk, turn on the computer, and start getting ready for the day's tasks. It shows we are beginning our workday. Now you repeat. I log into my computer when I arrive. Here is the next one. I check the team calendar every morning. I check the team calendar every morning. Many workplaces and schools have a shared calendar online. We use this sentence to talk about checking the schedule, to see if we have meetings, deadlines, or important events. It is a habit that helps us stay organized. Now you repeat. I check the team calendar every morning. Here is the next one. I answer urgent emails first. I answer urgent emails first. This means we begin our day by replying to the most important messages, the ones that need a quick response. We do this before other tasks, to make sure nothing urgent is missed. Now you repeat. I answer urgent emails first. Here is the next one. I make a fresh cup of coffee before starting. I make a fresh cup of coffee before starting. This is a common routine for many people. It means we like to start the day with a hot drink, often coffee or tea. It helps us feel awake, focused, and ready. Now you repeat. I make a fresh cup of coffee before starting. Here is the next one. I usually review yesterday's notes. I usually review yesterday's notes. We use this sentence when we look back at what we wrote or did yesterday. It helps us remember where we left off and continue smoothly. Now you repeat. I usually review yesterday's notes. Here is the next one. I update my to-do list during the day. I update my to-do list during the day. A to-do list helps us remember what we need to do. This sentence means that as the day continues, we add new tasks or mark some as completed. This is a habit that helps us stay on top of things. To stay on top of things means to stay in control and stay organized. Now you repeat. I update my to-do list during the day. Here is the next one. I take short breaks to stay focused. I take short breaks to stay focused. Working for hours without stopping can make us tired and lose focus. This sentence means we step away briefly to rest and return with more energy. Now you repeat. I take short breaks to stay focused. Here is the next one. I respond to all emails by noon. I respond to all emails by noon. This is part of a good routine. It means we try to answer all emails before lunchtime. Now you repeat. I respond to all emails by noon. Here is the next one. I review my goals for the week. I review my goals for the week. It is helpful to have weekly goals. These are the things we want to finish by Friday. This sentence means we take time, maybe every morning or once a week, to look at those goals and see how we are doing. Now you repeat. I review my goals for the week. Now let us move to sentences about what people do during the day and before they finish work. These sentences will help you talk about meetings, emails, taking breaks, and getting ready for the next day. Here is the first one. I join our daily team call at 10. I join our daily team call at 10. In many jobs, teams have a short video or phone meeting in the morning. This sentence means you usually join that meeting at 10 in the morning to talk about your plans, tasks, or any updates. Now you repeat. I join our daily team call at 10. Here is the next one. I block time for deep work. I block time for deep work. Sometimes we need quiet time to focus. Maybe to write, to think, or to finish something important. This sentence means you plan part of your day with no meetings or interruptions, just to work carefully and without distraction. Now you repeat. I block time for deep work. Here is the next one. I usually finish reports before lunch. I usually finish reports before lunch. This means you like to write important documents, like summaries or updates, in the morning. You do this so you can use the afternoon for other things. Now you repeat. I usually finish reports before lunch. Here is the next one. I send out updates after each meeting. I send out updates after each meeting. After a meeting, it is helpful to send a short message to your team. You share what was decided, or what people need to do next. Now you repeat. I send out updates after each meeting. Here is the next one. I take a walk during lunch. I take a walk during lunch. Sitting too long can make you feel tired. This sentence means you go outside for fresh air or take a short walk during your lunch break. It is good for your body and your mind. Now you repeat. I take a walk during lunch. Here is the next one. I turn off notifications during meetings. I turn off notifications during meetings. Notifications, like sounds or pop-ups from your phone or computer, can be distracting. This sentence means you silence them during meetings so you can listen better. Now you repeat. I turn off notifications during meetings. Here is the next one. I check my progress in the afternoon. I check my progress in the afternoon. In the afternoon, you stop for a moment and look at what you have done and what you still need to do. This helps you stay organized and know how much time you have left. Now you repeat. I check my progress in the afternoon. Here is the next one. I avoid multitasking during busy hours. I avoid multitasking during busy hours. Multitasking means doing many things at the same time, writing, reading, checking messages, talking on the phone. This sentence means that when things are busy, you prefer to focus on one task, so you do not make mistakes. Now you repeat. I avoid multitasking during busy hours. Here is the next one. I save important documents to the cloud. I save important documents to the cloud. The cloud means online storage. It is a way of keeping your files safely on the internet, so they are protected even if your computer has problems. Now you repeat. I save important documents to the cloud. Here is the next one. I reply to messages before the end of the day. I reply to messages before the end of the day. Before you stop working, you check your messages and reply to people. This shows you do not leave anyone waiting. Now you repeat. I reply to messages before the end of the day. Here is the next one. I organize my desk in the afternoon. I organize my desk in the afternoon. This means you take a few minutes to clean and arrange your desk, like clearing papers or putting things back in place. A tidy space helps you think better and feel calm. Now you repeat. I organize my desk in the afternoon. Here is the next one. I usually check tomorrow's schedule before leaving. I usually check tomorrow's schedule before leaving. Before you finish work, you look at what is planned for tomorrow, meetings, tasks, or reminders. Now you repeat. I usually check tomorrow's schedule before leaving. Here is the next one. I note down what I finished today. I note down what I finished today. This means you make a short list of what you did today. You can write it in a notebook or a notes application on your phone. It helps you keep track of your progress. Now you repeat. I note down what I finished today. Here is the next one. I prepare talking points for tomorrow's meeting. I prepare talking points for tomorrow's meeting. You make a short list of ideas or updates you want to share in a meeting. This helps you feel more ready and confident when you speak. Now you repeat. I prepare talking points for tomorrow's meeting. Here is the next one. I log out of my work applications at 5. I log out of my work applications at 5. This means you stop using your email or work communication tools at a set time, like 5 in the afternoon. It helps you end the workday and rest properly. Now you repeat. I log out of my work applications at 5. Here is the next one. I say goodbye to my coworkers before leaving. I say goodbye to my coworkers before leaving. Whether you are in the office or online, it is polite and friendly to say goodbye to your team before you leave or log off. Now you repeat. I say goodbye to my coworkers before leaving. Here is the next one. I clean up my desktop and close tabs. I clean up my desktop and close tabs. This means you organize your computer screen, close open browser tabs, and put files into folders, so everything is ready for the next day. Now you repeat. I clean up my desktop and close tabs. Here is the next one. I leave work around 5:30 every day. I leave work around 5:30 every day. This means you usually finish your workday and head home at the same time every day. It is your normal routine. Now you repeat. I leave work around 5:30 every day. Here is the next one. I usually take the same bus home. I usually take the same bus home. This means you use the same bus or train to travel home from work each day. It is part of your daily commute. Now you repeat. I usually take the same bus home. Here is the next one. I do not check work emails after 6. I do not check work emails after 6. This means you stop reading your work messages after 6 in the evening. It is a healthy way to separate work from your personal time. Now you repeat. I do not check work emails after 6. Now in this next part, you will learn sentences about small habits we follow at work. These habits help us stay healthy, focused, and organized. They include things like drinking water, planning your time, or joining a training session. They are all part of a good daily routine. Here is the first one. I bring lunch from home most days. I bring lunch from home most days. This means you usually prepare your lunch at home and take it with you. It can save money and help you eat more healthily. Now you repeat. I bring lunch from home most days. Here is the next one. I drink water regularly to stay fresh. I drink water regularly to stay fresh. This means you make sure to drink water throughout the day. It helps you stay awake and feel good, especially during long work hours. Now you repeat. I drink water regularly to stay fresh. Here is the next one. I mute my phone during focus time. I mute my phone during focus time. This means you silence your phone when you need to concentrate. It helps you avoid distractions and finish your work more easily. Now you repeat. I mute my phone during focus time. Here is the next one. I join training sessions every Thursday. I join training sessions every Thursday. This means you attend a class or workshop every Thursday to learn new things for your job or personal growth. Now you repeat. I join training sessions every Thursday. Here is the next one. I try to stay off social media at work. I try to stay off social media at work. This means you avoid using social media applications during work hours so you can focus better. Now you repeat. I try to stay off social media at work. Here is the next one. I schedule time for admin tasks. I schedule time for admin tasks. Admin tasks are small but necessary things, like filling out forms or replying to routine messages. This means you plan time in your day to get those things done. Now you repeat. I schedule time for admin tasks. Here is the next one. I update my availability for the next week. I update my availability for the next week. This means you let your team or manager know when you are free next week. This helps them plan meetings or projects in advance. Now you repeat. I update my availability for the next week. Now in this final part, you will learn sentences about what we do near the end of the workday. These are small actions, like stretching, saving documents, or turning off the lights. They help us finish the day in a calm and organized way. Here is the first one. I stretch my legs every hour. I stretch my legs every hour. Sitting for too long can make your body feel tired. This means you stand up, walk a little, or move your body every hour to stay fresh and healthy. Now you repeat. I stretch my legs every hour. Here is the next one. I shut down my computer properly. I shut down my computer properly. Instead of just putting your computer to sleep, by closing the lid, you save your work and shut the computer down correctly. This is better for your computer and keeps your files safe. Now you repeat. I shut down my computer properly. Here is the final sentence. I turn off the office lights before I leave. I turn off the office lights before I leave. This means you are one of the last to leave, and you make sure the lights are off before you go. Now you repeat. I turn off the office lights before I leave. And that is all 50 sentences. You have just learned 50 real English sentences that you can use every day at work. Here is your task for today. Choose 5 sentences from this episode that match your own daily routine. Record yourself saying them out loud in one continuous minute without stopping. Do not worry about being perfect. Just speak and listen back to yourself. That is how real progress sounds. This is Atlas Learn English. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Goodbye for now.